Are you a god?
No.
Then die. So we're all on a big fucking Ghostbusters kick right now, or at least Joe, Vin, and I, because fucking Zach and Chris didn't want to go see the new Ghostbusters movie. But I have to say, it was a fucking trip on the nostalgia train, man. I enjoyed the hell out of that movie. I mean, no spoilers, obviously, but like I was in tears at the end of the movie. Made me dig out my old Ghostbuster stuff, and I'm super tight because I have fucking vintage Ghostbuster figures that go along with Janine over here with her hair up in the air, which, by the way, is one of the funniest toy lines they ever came out with. I even have a Peter that you squeeze his legs and his fucking eyes pop out and his mouth opens. It's really funny. But I have a bunch of Ghostbuster stuff, and shout out to my friends at Radacos, some of my childhood friends. They were bigger Ghostbusters heads than I was, and they had the Firehouse and the Ecto-1 and stuff, so I used to bring my Ghostbusters toys over to their house to play with the stuff that they had. But they had way more than I did. I had a bunch of ghosts and stuff. But if you're a Ghostbusters fan, I would highly, highly suggest that you check it out. What were your impressions, guys?
I have no complaints. As someone who grew up on the movies, the cartoons, the toys, I absolutely adored the movie. It didn't drag at all at any point during the entire showing, and I had to actually not look at you a couple times because during the end I definitely could see that the water was flowing. I'm like, oh god, don't fucking look at him! Oh, look at him! Don't cross the streams! This busting makes me feel good. I ain't afraid no ghost.
I had a great time in that movie. It was well paced. I felt like it was a 2-hour plus movie, and at no moment in that movie was I like, all right, where are we going with this? I think everything, all the callbacks, and I'm not the biggest Ghostbusters fan. Let's say I don't know every little thing. I saw him as a kid, but had a fantastic time. I left that movie feeling pretty high.
And there's a lot of Easter eggs for really, really deep Ghostbusters fans.
Definitely.
They even had there was a reference that I saw in an interview that I didn't even catch, where in one of the Ghostbusters movies, Egon said that he had a slinky and he straightented it, and they had a straightened slinky in the apartment.
Oh, I never. Caught
there
that
was
one.
a straightened slinky.
And fungus and spores.
Yeah.
Who wrote it?
I collect spores, molds, and fungus. It was actually
I saw that. I did see that part.
It was the son of the original director that actually created the movie, and that's why he grew up on with the Ghostbusters literally, and what's really heartwarming is for Harold Ramis's 77th birthday, which happened to be the day after we went to go see the Ghostbusters movie. A lot of pictures surfaced of him with his daughter, on the set of the original '84 Ghostbusters set.
Nice.
For Harold,
that was really cool. Yeah, Harold was the man, and he tried his hardest to get another Ghostbusters film out there, and I think he would have been really happy with how it turned out, considering that he's not with us anymore. But I would almost consider this to be the 4th installment of Ghostbusters, because I still consider that video game to be a true installment.
That was great.
Oh, really?
Because they have the original Ghostbusters voicing their characters in that game.
Oh wow!
So that
What
was
system?
So I think it was on the 360 and the PlayStation 3. I think.
Okay.
But I believe they gave the game a facelift, and it's available on PC now and the newer systems. So if you haven't played it, I highly suggest it.
So you guys didn't want to see it, or not that you just didn't have the time. But what's your opinion on it? What you guys weren't interested?
It's a difficult question because I know how iconic and how important Ghostbusters is to entertainment and movies and all of that. I kind of view it as I know it's solid, and it's solid and it's on a pedestal above everything else, and part of me feels like I just don't care to watch it because I know it's a good movie and I know it has a solid history and a solid backing and a solid cast, but it doesn't interest me personally. I was born in 97. Ghostbusters is way before me.
There it is. Okay, now I know.
So I have no personal interest in that. I have friends who are, I have some friends who were born a couple years, before me. Not a lot, maybe 90, 94, maybe at most, and they are obsessed with the 80s. I have no interest in it personally. It wasn't my generation. Wasn't my generation. It wasn't.
And that's fair, because you can't expect people to be into Ghostbusters if nothing Ghostbusters come out within his
25
age
years.
range. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing that could have hooked you was the video game, like that I referenced.
Yeah.
Because you were playing the 360. You talked about playing Halo
I
and
was
stuff.
playing
That
Halo
was definitely
and
that
Modern
time.
Warfare 2 at the time.
And,
I was too engrossed with that.
It's kind of like the Goonies meets Ghostbusters, the beginning of the movie.
You know,
yeah.
the
I
ending
watched.
was phenomenal. Like the last 15 minutes, I kind of consider that like the best thing I've seen this year.